Hi guys, this is my first video on YouTube and I wanted to share some makeup tips for people like me who might not have a full set of eyelashes and who maybe want to use falsies in their makeup routine. In my case, I have trichotillomania, so I don't have any eyelashes at all and barely any eyebrows. I remember how extremely frustrating it was when I first started wearing makeup and I was trying to cover up the fact that I had trich. So I wanted to make this video to hopefully help out some girls who might be in that same spot right now and are looking for some makeup tips. I've had to work up a lot of nerve to put this out there, so I'm really hoping that it helps. Let's get started. Okay, so here are my naked eyes in all of their glory. And now that that's over with, let's do this. My lids are primed and I've already done my foundation and my brows, and I'm going to start out with this palette from NYX called Butt Naked Eyes. Using this light nude color, I'm going to pat that all over my lid. Next, I'm going to use this silvery gray color, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the corner of my eye, and then sweep it through the crease. Now I'm using this shimmery white color. I think it is from Milani, but it's really old and the name has rubbed off, so I'm not sure. But I'm going to take it with my finger and then just dab it under my brow bone and also in the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going for this dark gray blackish color, and I'm going to use it just to give my crease a little more depth. I'm going to use the same color and drag it along my lower lash line, stopping about halfway through. And I'm also going to put it on the upper lash line very lightly, trying to keep it as thin as possible. Okay, that's it for the eyeshadow. And now for the part we all dread, the eyeliner. I'm using a black pencil from Maybelline. It's waterproof, I believe. I'm going to start at the center of my lid and use small, gentle strokes to build up the pigment and slowly make a thin line. Try to keep the line as close to your natural lash line as possible. I'm going to go ahead and tightline my lower lash line and smudge it out if I need to. Some people have trouble touching their eyes or putting things near their eyes, and as you can see, I obviously do not. So I think it's something that you can overcome if you just practice. Okay, so now I'm going back with some Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. And I'm just using the brush it came with, but I do recommend an angled brush. And I'm going to go back over my top lash line just to intensify it a little bit. I'm also going to form a little wing at the corner to make my eyes look a little bit wider, and honestly to kind of distract from my lashes or lack thereof. And we are ready for lashes. Okay, so here are some of the lashes that I currently have. The ones on the left are from Kiss. They're usually my everyday lashes. I like that they're a little more realistic, and that's usually what I tend to gravitate toward. The ones in the middle I got from Amazon for a couple of bucks, and the ones on the right, they are, I believe, from Ardell. I'm going to use those today. They're a little fuller and less realistic, but I think they stand out a bit better with a smoky eye. I also want to add that I almost always trim my lashes, just because I think it helps make it look even more realistic. You have to be careful and not go overboard when you're doing this though, so just try cutting a few hairs at a time, kind of as if you were layering a haircut, if that makes sense. I find that this is easiest to do with a pair of sharp, sanitized cuticle clippers. I've already trimmed this one and it's ready for glue. My favorite glue is Duo Lash Adhesive, and I like the dark tone instead of clear because it tends to blend better with my eyeliner. For beginners, I would recommend not doing what I'm doing and instead squeezing some glue out onto a plate and using a toothpick or cotton swab to apply it to the lash. But what I generally do at this point is just squeeze very, very gently until a little bead appears at the top of the tube, and then just slowly apply that directly onto the lash. While I'm waiting for it to dry, I like to bend it around a little bit so it's easier to mold to my eye. And then while it's still wet but somewhat tacky, I just close my eye and very gently place it on my lash line as close to the actual lash line as possible. Once it's on, it's okay to blink. Just make sure you blink gently. If you mess up, just quickly take it off and reposition it. And just make sure to wipe off any excess glue before it dries. So right now as it's drying, I'm very lightly adjusting it just to make sure that it's as close as possible to where my natural eyelashes would be coming out. Now it's almost fully dry, so you can tug on it a bit more. You want the angle to look natural, so if you notice they're pointing up or down too much, you can kind of nudge it to correct that before it's fully dry. There you go. That's pretty much it. Here's my eye with makeup and without. I obviously prefer the with. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to do my other eye. Here is the full look once you've done both eyes. Okay, so real talk, it takes a lot of practice to get them looking natural-ish, so my recommendation is just to sit down with some music or Netflix or something and just practice again and again. You can do it, I promise. I used to swear that I couldn't do it, but eventually, with enough determination, I got the hang of it. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I really hope that this was helpful to some people out there. If you're a beginner in all this, just don't give up and be persistent and make sure that you practice. That's honestly the most important thing. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else you'd like to see on this channel. Good luck!